no matter where you're from.
Hello people, Mr. Thorthum here, and it's October. Yes, if you was on my channel or you've seen my face, last year I did something called Ghoulish Games. I took one of my best games that are ghoulish, scary, and scary fun, and combined them all in one video. I got a good response to it, so with me and my editing companion, we thought we'd do it again. And this year, 2011, Ghoulish 2. Let's start this with a high note. First, I got my notes, so I want to make sure that I don't skip a game. So first off, for the Ghoulish Games, we got Ghost Tricks. Yes, this game for the DS. When I first heard about it, I was kind of like, okay, DS, it's gonna be kiddie, it's gonna be fun. What about it? Well, first off, let's start with the character. His name is Sid. He's a detective, and he's dead. Wow, that was quick. But in the ghost world, he is now have the chance to find out who killed him. On this journey, he had another spirit guy called Ray. Yes, that's kind of almost oddest name in the word, Ray. He helps Sid how to use his ghostly power. His ghostly power to move objects, to help people out. That's how the game was. And when I first saw the game trailer, I was like, wow, it had this neat Japanese look. You don't see it often in DS games or any other games, and the stylus is really the key point of the game, because you can move the stylus in any direction. You can connect it to any object to scare them, to get them to the right answers, the right answers, or the final clue in there. And you have something called time travel, and no, you can't go back in time to stop your own death, but you can save someone else's death. Only have 5 minutes back in time, so you can stop whatever happened to that next person. So if you do see this game, trust me, pick it up. So for my next list of the games, we have Medieval for the PS1. Now I have to say for myself, this game was a shocker, because I was thought about putting it in last year, but I didn't know how to put it. But this year I want to put it in the game. Why? Because it's scary fun. You play as Third Daniel Fortescue. Yes, you saw what I did. I did it with proudness. This game is really a gem like no other. You play as as the title will say, you're dead again. So yes, it's a 2-for-1 sale for dead people. But you have a chance to come back and fight for the good fight. The gameplay is amazing. It's one of them games that is really good. I mean, you start out with a sword. It's like a good action game. You start with certain weapons. In the end, you're just a force to be reckoned. You got boss fights. You have little side quests. If you didn't find that certain item, you go back and get that item. And I have to say the game plays well. And I know I didn't talk about part 2. I wasn't even a fan of part 2, but part 1, to me, the first one is still the best. And you can download it for your PS Network. If you didn't know, you know now. So that's good. So for my third one, we have an old classic one, Silent Hill. Yes, not the other Silent Hills. And I know people will be like, oh, about Silent Hill 2, about 3. No, I was checking what Silent Hill I want to put on. So I choose number 1, the original one. Why I love this game so much is this is when the time that Resident Evil was coming out and everybody was talking about it. Now here comes this game from Konami, who just saying, hey, we can do something like that, but a little bit different. Different is your character is not a Marine, not a cop, not an expert or anything. He's just a dad named Henry who's looking for his daughter in a town called Silent Hill. Yes, and including that, you have monsters. And the inventory in this is kind of like a really good mix, because you're not starting with a machine gun or a rocket launcher. You start with simple tools like a pipe or a gun or a knife. And the walkthroughs, even the way of looking for your daughter is really good. You have all these small, you can't see in front of you. You have your radio. The radio is really important in the game because it tells you what's coming towards you. And, it's like a early detection system. It's really a breath of fresh air. You know, not your typical zombie come towards you. You don't even know yourself. So this is what I love about that game so much. And once again, it's on the PS Network. So if you didn't know, now you know. If you didn't know, oh, that was a waste of time right there. So next up, we have actually a game I heard once or twice, but I wasn't sure about it. So I checked that on YouTube. That's a good place to find out good games. It's called Amnesia: The Descent of Darkness. This PC, I have to say, I heard rumors that it's scary as shit. I see people just jump out. If I had it, I played it, and I had to turn off the lights, and it was around like midnight or something. I played it for at least half an hour with speakers on, with headphones on. I have to say, this game is scary as you can get. The story, you are in 1839 in a castle, somewhere in a castle in London, and your name is Daniel, and you woke up with no recollection of what happened before. So when you start the game up, you just like, where am I? Who am I? But the coolest thing about this game is not about the monsters. No, see, it all head fucking. Yes, you heard me. You heard me. You see the word head fucking. It's head fucking because you don't see any monsters in the game or demons or anything. Everything is in your head. You're really bugging out your own self. But the gameplay is really a unique kind of way to play. You know, you don't have to see a visual or do anything, but it's just the gameplay itself is really, really awesome. So if you do see this game, I advise you to pick it up. Really good. So down the list of my Ghoulish Games I have, and the most shocking of me have to be Red Dead Redemption Undead Pack. This was last year, October. I remember the DLC being the Undead Pack. I say, undead? We've touched that subject so many times with zombies, so how are you going to do it this time? Simple. Put it in the West. You can't get wrong with that.
After months away, John Marston has returned to his loved ones. While trying to rebuild his ranch and win back the trust of his family, Marston awaits whatever life will throw at him. As he drives home one evening from an errand, he ponders whether a man can ever escape his past. He is a man who is ready for anything. Almost anything.
If you play and see people other playing the game, it is scary as hell. You limited ammo, you're in the Wild West, zombies are just running towards you, you're shooting up everything. The storyline in this one is actually decent. I would say, even with the price tag of, I think was $14.99, I'm not sure, $14.99, it was a good deal. For this pack, for this game, good. That's all I'm saying, good. So, for my final and last of my Ghoulish Games, it is Dead Space 2. Yes, this game came out of left field so fast that I didn't see it coming. Part 1 did it great. We had the necromorphs being what they are, but we were thinking, can it be any more better? And Part 2 came out. First off, Isaac has lost his marbles. Yes, this time he's hearing voices, seeing things that's not real. This poor man has been back in hell and back and forth. I'm surprised he doesn't snap. The necromorphs in this game are unbelievable. We have new necromorphs. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. Big ones, small ones, baby ones. Ones headbutt you. Big ones come at you. This game was a sequel that says sequel all over it. And I love how Isaac, first time ever, can talk. So, I can't get more loving than that. So I'm going to ask the question towards you. What is your favorite Ghoulish game? Is it the Ghoulish game listening that I just told you about? Or is it something that I didn't mention you want to put in? I don't mind. Put a comment below. So for 2011 Ghoulish Game Part 2, I have to say it was fun doing this. So I hope that I can do it Part 3? Maybe. Who knows? So, this is Mr. Thorthon telling you to keep on gaming. Later.
Guess I best go find me a doctor in town.